Well, good morning, beloved. This is your girl Sharon once again from my front seat. And here I am giving God all praise, honor, and glory for what? For a brand new day. By front seat by way of what? By the cafeteria in the workplace. So it's about 5:20. Not much traffic. Excuse me, and that 4:15 bus has been getting us here in just under an hour. So we're grateful to God for that. So today is the 4th of April. Gracefully, God is carrying us on through. And so today we're reading Proverbs number 4. You know, God in his infinite wisdom. You know, there are 31 days in a month, right? I know some days have 30. There's another month, that shortest month, either 28 or 29, depending on if it's a leap year or not. So there's a proverb for every day. Go figure. See there, God did that. All right. So here, Proverbs 4, Solomon is talking to his son, but he starts off speaking first to his children. Now, we've read in the previous chapters, Solomon is speaking to his son, yet here he's saying, look, all y'all gather around. Y'all need to hear. And he's talking in Proverbs 4, or teaching rather, about the path of the just and the way of the wicked. Commentator put it that way, not I. So the path of the just. So there is a road, a trail of the just. And then there's also one of the wicked. So here Solomon is saying, hear my children. He's appealing to his children. Come close, come hither. Now, so the commentator lets us know that with his appeal, why? Parents must appeal to their children, because oftentimes parents are met with resistance when it's time to teach their children. I resisted. You resisted. You probably didn't resist as much as I did. I'm just letting you know. So here, the parent, Solomon, is saying to his children, no, I need your attention. Did you ever have to just really tell your child, no, stop what you're doing, sit down and just listen? And Solomon is being adamant about this. Why? Because he's saying, I want you to hear, and what I have to tell you, it's good doctrine. What I have for you, it's good. It's not just something, I don't know where I get that term willy-nilly from. It's not something just willy-nilly. It isn't just something I came up with, but I want to teach you. And I need you to hear, because this is good doctrine. It's sound doctrine. This is that thing which will hold you. I love Chinese food, probably my favorite food in the entire world. But after an hour and a half, it's like, did I eat? Oh, but when you get you some pinto beans or some great northern beans, good God Almighty. And don't add no cornbread to it. Have you some tomatoes and onion on the side, please. That's going to stick to you. That's what sound doctrine does. Beloved, it sticks to you. So he goes on and he lets his children know that I myself was taught by my father David. Beloved, oftentimes you have to let your children know, my parents did teach me something. Just like you're going through, one day I was going through. But my father David, he taught me. And then he shares the examples how his father taught him. Then he says, I want you to have first a receptive heart. Beloved, when instruction is given, those who are the recipients of that instruction, you must have a heart that's receptive. Because if my heart is hard and I don't want to hear what you got to say, please miss me with all that. Y'all remember that? Tell it to the hand. Miss me with all that. Flippity flap, yang yang. And what is it saying? Saying here, but the heart has got to be receptive to receive. Because if I'm not going to receive it, if my heart is closed to it, then we used to say, talking out the side of your neck. Miss me with all of that. Yeah. Remember Charlie Brown's teacher? wah, 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 wah. When the heart is not receptive, that's what we're hearing. That's what they're hearing. So here, Solomon in Proverbs 4 is letting us know that first the heart must be receptive. And if the heart is receptive, then you can get it. Then I know you got it. Okay. Keep my commandments and live. Those things which I'm telling you, if you keep them, you'll live. Now, some may say, not everybody lives long, but you'll live. Did the doctor ever tell you, if you quit smoking or quit drinking, or in my case, if you lose 50 pounds, okay, it used to be 50 pounds. Now it's like, girl, you need to lose 75 to 100 pounds. Oh, Lord. Doctor says, it may not extend your days. He said, because I don't know how many days you have. He said, but it will give you a better quality of days. And who would not want a better quality of days, right? So he's saying here, if you keep these commands that I'm giving you, keep them and live. It will promote health to your flesh. And he's saying, and don't forget them. Do not forget them. So you've got to allow wisdom. Wrap her around your neck. Just like you put her on every day, or put your shoes on every day, put wisdom on every day. Now, I wrote here, let's see, preservation comes through wisdom. Wisdom will do what? Wisdom will preserve. You know how salt is a preservative? So is wisdom, because wisdom is going to instruct us to do what? Don't do that, or get up and do that. Wisdom instructs us. And when we follow the instructions or the directions, then we're preserved. We'll save time. I can eyeball it, think I can get it right. But then if I read the instructions, or if I follow the example, now I've done what? I've saved time. If we would just take wisdom, adhere to wisdom, it will preserve us. And to be preserved is a good thing. It said it's the principal thing, the first thing, the most important thing. Oftentimes in life, we look to the principal thing being our finances, being our home, being our family. Beloved, wisdom is the principal thing, because let a flood or an earthquake or something happen, and that house can be gone. Let a stock market crash, that money can be gone. Let the banker be a crook. Remember a few years ago, that man and all that money and all them people, and now he in prison and folk broke? But the principal thing ought to be wisdom. Health fails. Many a children have turned their back on their parent. Many a parent have turned their back on their child. However, wisdom is the principal thing. Why? Because it teaches us. And it says that wisdom will be like a crown of glory. It will be. Like that tiara. What was that song? Sung the royal diadem and crown him Lord of all. That crown, that tiara, or like that Burger King hat, you know what I'm saying? More than that principal thing, it's a crown of glory. Then he's saying now to his son, listen, check this out. Stay away from the wicked. Stay away from them. Run from them. Don't even go their way. And guess what? And you'll keep your heart. We have a family member. She was shot and killed a few years back. And the trial was, I tell you, it was something else. And there were two young women. These young women got 75 years each. And they were not in the gang, but they were gang affiliated. When the gang was setting up what they were setting up, they made phone calls from one girl's apartment. The other girl ran with, was in the car with them, not driving, just along for the ride when they were doing what it was they were doing. In another instance, 75 years in prison. Not gang members, but gang affiliation. And I'm sure their parents told them, don't run with them. Why are you hanging out with them? Beloved, Solomon is saying to his son, stay away from the wicked. You know they're over there. Do not go. Don't follow. Y'all, it's 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Keep your heart. If you follow after wisdom, you'll keep your heart. You know what I'm about to say? Let me get off this phone, sip my coffee a little bit. Then in a little while, I'm going to get upstairs, get my things, get outside, get my walk on. And then I'll get back upstairs and I'll render unto Caesar those things which belong unto Caesar. And if it be the Lord's will, we will meet again on tomorrow. From where? From my front seat. I'm going to try to post y'all, but I have like medical classes, doctor's appointments tomorrow and what have you. So I'm going to try, but this your girl Sharon. I'm out, y'all. Deuces.